Come on in. So welcome to Tanglewood. This is our entry and parking area. But let's head on inside. This is our beautiful front garden. Got a couple of mango trees here, a nonce tree, guayaba, that's guava in English, lots of bananas, and Mamey sapote. Let's head over this way. In fact, I'm embarrassed to say we have 135 varieties of fruit, and I don't remember what they all are, but this fruit tree is fruiting for the first time. So one of our favorite fruits, an amazingly delicious sweet fruit, is called the Mamey sapote. There are many different varieties. Sapote actually means sweet fruit in a native dialect somewhere in Central America. But the Mamey sapote is a particular family, and this is a sapote tree. It's a big tree, and you can see some of the fruits up there. These fruits take a year to form before they're actually ready to fall. We have 16 varieties of bananas on site, and here you can see some apple bananas early in their forming stage. They still have quite a ways to go. And here we have orange trees, and check out the mandarins. The mandarin trees are loaded with flowers. It'll take them from now, it's what, late April, until December for the fruit to be ripe. Right, the flowers turn into fruit, but the perfume is incredible. You can probably smell it right now. That's the mandarins. We've got 3 of them right here, and each of these trees will have probably 200 or 300 fruits on them, all picked within about a 6 to 8 week period between December and January. So amazing. This is a nonce tree. You can see the fruits here. I'm not a huge fan of these. They're okay, but the toucans love them. So we'll actually be attracting toucans as we plant more of these in here. Here we have a guayaba, what we call guava in English and guayaba in Spanish. We have, I think, 4 or 5 different varieties of guayabas here. These are hard to get. They're delicious, they're amazing. The problem is, in order to harvest them, we actually have to put the fruits in little plastic bags as they form, because if we don't, the insects, flies lay their eggs, they hatch, little worms crawl inside, and then you don't really want to eat it. So, but they're amazing. Let's go this way. One of our guest rooms here. So right here you can see we're actually enlarging one of our greenhouses. This is where we grow tomatoes and lettuce, etc. Here you've got some papayas. You can see a couple of them are getting close to being ready to pick. More papayas. Lots of orange trees over here, and lots of other things too. Right behind you, in fact, there's a jackfruit tree and a Suriname cherry. Now the jackfruit shouldn't have been planted there. We're going to have to move that because it's a big tree. right here we have one of our avocado trees, and it's exciting because this avocado and 3 others are fruiting for the first time. So we have 5 or 6 different varieties of avocados on site. We have 4 of them right now, 4 different varieties, all fruiting. And we're harvesting avocados for the first time. It's very exciting. I love avocados. Avocados are amazing. And it's great because by having a bunch of different varieties, we can extend the season from, instead of being 2 or 3 months, to maybe being as long as 5 months or so. So, beautiful. Let's go this way. Hey, buddy. How you doing? This is Chai. Say hello, Chai. All right, we're going to come down here. There's our laundry room. This is where our guest rooms start. We're going to go this way, though, through the garden here. So we have fruit trees everywhere. Right here, we have a mulberry tree, and these mulberries have to be black before they're ripe. So right now, there's lots of them. The tree is covered with them, but they're red. It's still a little too early. They'll be ready probably within a week. Here we've got a couple of varieties of bananas and a couple more over here. Papaya, Rollinia, mandarin. I don't remember what this is called. It's in the cherry family and has some little tiny fruits on it right now. There's lots of flowers. There's lots more coming. There's this. It's a little tiny bit sour, but not too much. More Rollinias. Let's go down here just a little bit further. Now, we talked about avocados. With mangoes, we also have probably 7 or 8 different varieties planted. And we have at least 4 of them fruiting right now as well. Not quite ready to harvest, but getting close. There's one right there. You can see some of the mangoes through there. This is a coconut palm. There's another Rollinia. Here we have some little date bananas, very sweet little bananas. And here, if you look right through here, you've got a great view, because all the mangoes right now on this tree are on the other side, but you can see right through here, lots of these big mangoes. Those are probably still a few weeks away, but we're very much looking forward to those. All right, let's go this way. We'll go back here. I didn't mention it while we're here. This is another Suriname cherry, and again, lots of flowers, so lots of fruit coming. This is another, it's a fruit about the size of a regular cherry, but it's sort of serrated on the edges, and it's delicious. We're gonna have a lot of these this year. Now this is a good place to stop, because from this vantage point, we can see 2 more avocado trees, 2 big trees here, both fruiting for the first time. These are 2 different varieties. So with the 3 trees we've seen so far, we've got 3 different avocado varieties. Of course, you're looking through the bananas, and there's papayas on the other side. But right there, 2 big trees, and these trees are loaded with fruit. That tree's got to have 300 avocados on it, at least, and this one maybe just a few less. All right, come on, kitties. Got the kitties following me. Got another jackfruit tree here. Here we have a mandarin orange. So this is, mandarin lime. It's a lime, but it looks like an orange, and it has a slight orange flavor. It's lime, it's acidic. You can use it on food or in a drink, whatever, but it has a slight orange flavor, so it's a little bit different than a regular lime. Okay, we have quite a few of those. Mango, avocado, papaya, star fruits here, and we just picked a bunch of these, but you can see there's plenty more here. Not quite ready, almost ready to pick, and then lots of green ones too. The green ones are hard to see because they blend right in, so it's amazing. All right, let's go this way. let's come down here and show you a couple of cool things. So first of all, I don't recall what this tree is. This is a tree that's usually used for lumber here, but growing in the tree is a vine, and this vine has passion fruits. This is a passion fruit vine. Passion fruits are delicious. They're a little bit acidic, and they make beautiful flowers, and we have a lot of passion fruits coming soon. Both here, we have a whole fence on one side. It's all covered with passion fruit. So there'll be a lot of those coming soon. Here's another bunch of bananas. These are essentially a Creole variety of the standard banana. Bandita, I'd appreciate it if you leave the kitties alone. Okay? A little jealousy going on here. It's okay, Bandita. You can come too. Here we have another variety of mango. This tree doesn't have much fruit. There's a little bit of fruit and they're still very small. It doesn't get a lot of sun. But we'll probably be harvesting some mangoes here in about 6 weeks or 8 weeks as well. And I really wanted to show you there are two things here. This is the first one. This is a water apple. We have 3 varieties. A water apple, it's not an apple, it's a fruit, which is high in water content, and it has a little bit of a sort of a delicate sweetness like a pear. And we have 3 varieties, red ones, white ones, and pink ones. This is the pink variety. They are ready to go. They're ready to pick and ready to eat. And you can see we actually have tons of them on the ground. They fruit only for a short time, and this is the time to harvest and eat them because they won't be around too long. Okay, coconut palm here, young coconut palm. It's at least a couple years away from giving us coconuts. Come on down here just a little bit further. You can see how loaded this tree is. Amazing. So right here, this is Naranja agria. It's a sour orange, and it's kind of like the mandarin lime. It's an orange, but it's so acidic you probably don't really want to eat it. Most people use the juice to put on other things, and right now it's loaded with oranges, but it's only been raining here for about a week. So we're going to wait for maybe another 2 weeks before we pick these oranges. They won't fall off the tree. We'll wait and pick them, and what'll happen is every time it rains, they'll expand a little bit and they'll get juicier and juicier. Okay, so those are coming soon. All right, what do you think, Bandita? You want to go this way? Let's go down here. So we just looked at the pink water apples, and right here we have a red water apple tree. It's not fruiting yet because it's only 3 years old, planted from seed, and look how fast it's grown. Okay, this tree will probably start fruiting next year or the year after, but it's big and it's going to be loaded. The red ones, it's a bigger tree and they're bigger fruits. The red ones are actually the size of a pear, while the pink and white ones don't get any bigger than this. Okay, let's come down here just a little bit further. Another coconut palm here. Over here, guys. Over here, kitties. Okay, now, we have a lot of wildlife around here. There are parrots, there's lots of butterflies, we have vultures and hawks, we have iguanas and wild mammals. And right over there, there's some wild mammals. Be quiet, we don't want to scare them away. Go ahead and take a look. I don't think they're that dangerous, but I think we want to keep our distance just in case. We talked about the guayaba, and we actually passed 2 of them. There's one over here, which has the passion fruit in it, and there's one over here, a beautiful tree, which has fruit on it. Again, these are the ones that unfortunately usually have worms in them. That's guayaba in Spanish and guava in English. Guava in Spanish is this big tree back behind all this stuff, and we have, again, we have 4 or 5 varieties of guavas here. It's also called the ice cream bean, and we don't have too much fruit on these yet, but it's coming soon. And we have different varieties. The smallest one's about that big. The biggest one that we have is about this big. There's one that's actually longer, and they're long pods like this with little seeds and little bit of white flesh around them. Kind of sweet. It'd be hard to make a meal of because you'd have to eat a lot of them. But that's the ice cream bean. There's a little star fruit here looking for some sun. Lots of flowers, but not very big because it doesn't get a lot of sun exposure. And here we have a lot of raggedy looking bananas. These are all apple bananas. This is probably my second favorite variety. I don't see much fruit here right now. Let me take a look though. Usually we have a bunch of fruit, at least 1 or more bunches of bananas growing here, but we've just harvested most of them. And you can see all the dry leaves. That's because the dry season's just ending. We have to come in and trim all these dead leaves off of them. Okay, so here's a couple of bunches that are early in their growth. You can see them up here and right through over there. All right. If you've never seen how bananas grow before, it's kind of cool because there's this big banana flower. Every day a petal opens up, there's bananas forming underneath, the petal falls off, the next day on the other side, and that's why when you see bananas, you'll see a bunch here and a bunch here and a bunch here. That's how they grow. Kind of cool to watch. All right, come on down here. We'll step in here for just a minute. So this is our other greenhouse. This is our big greenhouse. And here we grow 2 things, fruit trees and ornamental plants. So this top level is almost, there's a couple ornamental plants, but it's almost exclusively fruit trees. These are all fruit trees which are ready to plant. There's guanabanas, there's, let's see, we have papayas, we have avocados, we have mangoes, we have jackfruit, cherimoyas, anonas, sapotes, lots of different things. You can see they're all marked so we know what's what. Back behind the greenhouse over there, we have even more larger trees. We've got about 500, maybe as many, I haven't counted lately, as 700 fruit trees ready to plant. And we just acquired 11 more hectares, that's 27 acres, about 3/4 of which is pasture, where we're going to start planting soon. As soon as we have rain every single day, we'll go over there and start planting trees. So we're going to stop here for now. That's a lot for the first one. We'll come back and do a part 2 perhaps in 2 or 3 days, and I'll show you some more of the grounds. We have hundreds more fruit trees. We've probably shown you so far, maybe, or I've mentioned, maybe 15 or 20 varieties. We've got well over 100 varieties, 135 varieties or so. So we'll show you more next time around. There's a lot more in this area down below. Between here and the bottom of the property, we have a lot of fruit trees. The part up here around the top, we've been walking around the buildings and around the field, etc. Down here, it's much more concentrated. So we'll go there next time, and I'll see you soon.